cannot even begin to tell you how tired I am. And to think, at some point past the hour of midnight last night, I was like, what a great time to be a Swiftie. She's always up to something. We're always well fed. I'd love to say that I'm full. I'd love to say that I've had enough, but you know what? I'm always down for seconds. I'm just so tired. Also, how did this happen? I straight up just turned the camera off last night and went to bed, which does mean I woke up to this part 2. What is it called? The Anthology? I cannot keep up. I'm so tired that you're either gonna get my most honest, rawest thoughts, or nothing I say is gonna make sense. So let's fucking go. Like, of course she did this. Okay, this is The Black Dog. Put the lyrics on Spotify already.
I am someone who until recent events you shared your secrets with, and your location you forgot to turn it off.
Why is the location thing so real? I think about this a lot. Honestly, around my birthday is usually the time of year when I'm assessing, you know, who was at the dinner table of birthdays past, who is no longer sitting there, who are the new faces, who am I scared won't be there in the future. Her music is so beautifully descriptive, and I love that you can just get exactly where this is going from the first few seconds. Like someone you're no longer close to, but you used to be like that, forgetting to turn off their location. That's too specific. That's too real. The idea of there being people out there in the world who you used to be so close with, and they know all your secrets, and you just have no idea who they are, what they're up to anymore. Oh my god, what the fuck? And the sharing location things, I'm a Find My Friends girly. So many people know where I am. Sharing your location with someone is that like next level of closeness. It's like, oh, I know that you lie about what time you're leaving, but I love you anyway, and I'm just gonna look at your location and see if you've left the house. I'm just gonna check out Find My Friends and see if you're nearby and see if I can fill up so much of my time with you. You forgot to turn it off, and now I just watch your little dot and wonder what you're up to.
And so I watched as you walk into some bar called the Black Dog.
She's just like me, for real. Of course she zoomed in on the location and was like, where are you? What is the Black Dog?
And pierced new holes in my heart, you forgot to turn it off. And it hits.
It's also so sad because when you lose someone, you kind of do look for any way to stay close to them. So things like them forgetting to turn their location off, it's like, you know you're hurting yourself, but you just can't help yourself. Any information feels like closeness when you've lost that kind of closeness with someone.
I just don't understand how you don't miss me in the Black Dog when someone plays the starting line and you jump up.
I just don't understand how you don't miss me in the Black Dog, whatever the fuck that is, wherever the fuck you are. Please turn your location off. Please take away my means of torturing myself. You see what I mean by not a line wasted? Already it's like, we used to be secret sharers. Now I am stalking your location. I don't know the establishment you're in, but how do you not miss me there?
Plays the starting line and you jump up, but she's too young to know this song that was intertwined in the magic fabric of our dreaming.
I'm gonna have more to say about But She's Too Young to Know This Song later. I gotta sit on that. Just looking at someone's little blue dot through your phone and being like, I don't understand how you don't miss me. She doesn't even know the words to our song. She's too young. Oh, fuck me.
Old habits die screaming.
I love Old Habits Die Screaming. They don't just die hard, they die screaming. Old habits like giving a fuck about where you are, who you're with, what you're up to. Old habits like giving... Old habits like giving a fuck about where you are, what you're up to, who you're with, if they know the words to the song. Die screaming.
I move through the world with the heart broken. My longings stay unspoken, and I may never open up the way I
And I may never open up the way I did for you. What stage of grief does this fall under? Because it's in there. The part where you're just not done mourning what you had with that person to the point where you're like, I'm never gonna have that again. Because you sit in that for a while. You're like, I'm probably never gonna open up like that to anyone else because holy shit, ouch.
And all of those best laid plans, he said I needed a brave man, and proceeded to play him until I believed it too.
What a dickhead thing to say too. You need a brave man. Dick. It's so heartbreaking the moment you realize that the person who has been everything that you need and more has just been putting on a really unsustainable act. I guess it can be innocent on that end too. People do be overpromising. I can give you what you need. Actually, that was fucking exhausting.
And it kills me. I just don't understand how you don't miss me in the shower and remember how my rain-soaked body was shaking. Do you hate me? Was it hazing for a cruel fraternity?
As sleep deprived as I am, this is definitely better doing it in daylight. I am not a nighttime person. The scene set, you're in the shower with me, I'm shaking. Do you hate me? Tell me that doesn't just give you the most uncalled for flashback to all the times in your life that you have looked at the person you love and desperately asked, genuinely, do you hate me? Do you hate me? Also, was it hazing for a cruel fraternity? I pledged and I still mean it. Old habits die screaming. I think I've said this before in a video, but something that moved me a lot the first time I heard it from a friend is that sometimes you're a lot more interested, even in the pursuit of being a good person, you're a lot more interested in the stories you tell yourself about you than actually doing what's right for you and the people involved. Like, for example, if I need to cancel plans with a friend, but I go and I'm exhausted and I didn't want to be there because I want to be a good friend to reaffirm the story that I tell myself that I'm a good person and I'm a good friend, but then I'm not being honest with my friend. Like, I'd rather be canceled on. I'd rather you not be here if you don't want to be here. And not to get all parasocial with it, but this feels like something Taylor and I have in common, or it's just my interpretation of her music and once again making everything about me. But I really struggle with being so attached to meaning what I say. Like, easy example, I'm gonna love you forever. And then life and circumstances change that promise. It's so confusing because you're left with all of this, okay, what do I do with all of these commitments and promises and expectations that I meant now that they're no longer an option? Like, I pledged and I still mean it.
Old habits die scream. 6 weeks of breathing clean air. I still miss the smoke. Were you making fun of me with some esoteric joke? Now I wanna.
The paranoia. How she managed to bottle paranoia. How she managed to liquefy paranoia and just inject it into a song. Do you hate me? Is this all just hazing? Were you making fun of me? These questions being asked so directly and sincerely, devastating. Also, I love were you making fun of me with some esoteric joke. Hang on. Give me the smart Swiftie hat. So esoteric basically just means niche. Like, did you tell your friends some niche joke that only a few people would understand at my expense? And that hits so much harder when you're referring to the person that knows all your secrets. Because that person has been privy to your inner world, your extensive lore, and they can kind of just do what they want with it. They can tell people. They can make very specific esoteric jokes at your expense.
Esoteric joke.
I just listened to it again. She says esoteric, I say esoteric. Some words I only know from reading and I've never heard them out loud.
Now I wanna sell my house and set fire to all my clothes.
Now I want to sell my house and set fire to all my clothes. Like, that's how desperate I am for the reset button. I just want to fucking burn it down and start over.
And hire a priest
We're outsourcing. It's that bad. Even if I die screaming, let's outsource. Let's get someone to come and fix me. I hope you hear it all the way from the Black Dog. If I'm getting an exorcism and burning down my house, I at least hope you hear me screaming. And hope it ruins your day. And I hope it's shitty in the Black Dog with someone. That's what I said. Hope it sucks where you are. Yeah, man, I hope it's shitty in the Black Dog. I hope you hear a weird little ringing in your ear that just won't shut up. That's me screaming. Those are my old habits. From magic to tragic. What a visual. 'Cause tail between your legs, you're leaving. That is so the person that played the part, gave you everything you needed, and then is like, ooh, sorry, can't do it. Okay, fuck that. I gotta change my battery. Okay, we have I'm gonna get you back. No spaces. Ooh.
Fly like a short skirt, the one that fits me like skin. Did your research, you know the price going in.
Already love this sound, already love the concept of like, hey, you know what you signed up for. I'm a mess, but I'm the mess that you wanted.
And I'll tell you one thing, honey, I can tell when somebody still wants me. Come clean, standing at the bar like something's funny. Probably, once you fix your face, I'm going in.
Once you fix your face, I'm going in. It's making me think of when you do your makeup, and of course, if there's gonna be someone that kisses you, they wait for the moment that you're all perfectly done up, and then they're like, cool, I'm going in, and you're like, oh, but also, yeah, that's devious, that's evil.
Whether I'm gonna be your wife or gonna smash up your bike, I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna get you back.
Whether I'm gonna be your wife or smash up your bike? I haven't decided yet. It's funny when there's a little chance, because you know yourself, you're like, I might end up being really good to you. But you fucked me over, so you know what, I also might fuck up your life. And of course, I'm gonna bring it up, I'm an ENFJ. The F is for feeling, which means I am essentially dragged around by my heart. And what I love about a lot of Taylor's lyrics is that she seems just so at the mercy of whatever her heart wants.
Whether I'm gonna be your wife or gonna smash up your bike, I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna get you back. Whether I'm gonna curse you out or take you back to my house, I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna get you back.
The double meaning of I'm gonna get you back, the rush of there being no spaces. I have seen that people are saying that this is like the 1975 song with no spaces, but smart Swifties, do your thing. But I'm gonna get you back is either I'm gonna get you back, you're gonna be mine, or I'm going to have my revenge on you. I'm gonna get you back. Stop. I hear the whispers in your eyes. I can tell when someone still wants me. Eyes be whispering. Yep, exactly. I'm gonna get you back. You were never not mine.
Small talk, big love, act like I don't care what you did.
Small talk, big love, act like I don't care what you did. When you're in that place where you're just trying to keep it afloat, you're trying to fill the dead space, you're trying to fill gaps in conversations with small talk, you're desperately trying to resuscitate the relationship. 'Cause there's big love, but it's all just small talk. I'm just gonna act like I don't care what you did.
I'm an Aston Martin that you steered straight into the ditch.
I'm an Aston Martin that you steered straight into the ditch. It's funny how sometimes it just takes being driven into a fucking ditch for you to go, wait, I'm an Aston Martin. The fuck?
Then ran and hid. And I tell you one thing, honey, I can take the upper hand and touch your body.
I can take the upper hand and touch your body. The strategizing happening here, just the tactic of trying to reclaim your sense of power. Like, I'll take the upper hand and touch your body and not tell you what's actually going on in here. That'll keep me feeling in control. That will keep me feeling powerful.
Flip the script and leave you like a dumb house party. Oh.
Flip the script and leave you like a dumb house party. Just quietly plotting how to retain your cool, keep your dignity, save some face, and fuck him up. The games! Say you got somebody else, I'll say I got someone too. I came prepared. I met someone so that I could have that card in my back pocket. Also, push the reset button, we're becoming something new. Holding all your bags, holding all that history. This is amazing.
Even if it's handcuffed, I'm leaving here with you.
Even if it's handcuffed, I'm leaving here with you. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. That's hot.
Bygones will be bygone, eras fading into gray. All the pieces, but still wanna play the game. Told my friends I hate. Told my friends I hate you, but I love you just the same. Pick your poison, babe. I'm poison either way. Whether I'm good.
Pick your poison, babe. I'm poison either way. Like, I'm gonna poison you one way or the other. Even if this turns out bad for you, poison. Or if I love you to the end, poison.
Whether I'm gonna be your wife or gonna smash up your bike, I haven't decided yet. But I'm gonna get you back. Whether I'm gonna curse you out or take you back to my house.
Wow. 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 Okay, we're on to the albatross.
Wise men once said, wild winds are death to the candle, rose by any other name is a scandal. Cautions issued, he stood shooting the messengers. They tried to warn him about her.
Wild winds are death to the candle, a rose by any other name is a scandal. Like, they tried to warn you about her.
Cross your thoughtless heart, only liquor anoints you. She's the albatross, she is here to destroy you.
Annoyance. I hate when I have to turn to Twitter for the smart Swifties. What is the significance of an albatross? I'm not doing that right now. Apparently they destroy you.
Wise men once said, one bad seed kills the garden, one less temptress, one less dagger to sharpen, locked me up.
Okay, so now that I'm feeling out the vibes of this song, I'm seeing the vision. One bad seed kills the garden, one less temptress, one less dagger to sharpen. Obviously this is only my interpretation, but I really like the idea that it's not the assault you were expecting. Like, you are prepared for threats, you are armed with daggers, but it's the temptress that's gonna get ya. Like, the real threat? It's her.
Locked me up in towers, but I'd visit in your dreams.
Locked me up in towers, but I'd visit in your dreams. She came to ruin your life.
Devils that you know, raise worse, hell than a stranger. She's the death you chose. You're in terrible danger.
I'm gonna say it again. She's the death you chose. You signed up for this. I'm a mess, but I'm the mess that you wanted. I also just really like when she writes in third person, like she's the death you chose, not I'm the death you chose. It's like reading a long foretold prophecy, a warning written in stars.
And then that sky
Okay, let's Google persona non grata. Sounds like a Count of Parmesan. You know when you'd actually be in terrible danger? If you had to have a drink every time Taylor Swift made you Google something. Persona non grata. An unacceptable or unwelcome person.
I'll tell you how I've been there too.
Ooh! When the sky rains fire and the world decides you're a terrible person, and it probably has a little something to do with you being associated with her, the proverbial she, our third person queen, is just gonna tell you none of it matters. She's been there. Don't worry about it.
Wise men once read fake news and they believed it. Jackals raised their hackles. You couldn't conceive it. You were sleeping soundly when they dragged you from your bed. And I tried to warn you about them.
First person queen, and I tried to warn you about them. That's what you get when you don't heed any warnings. Taken off guard by jackals. I'm gonna Google what a jackal looks like. Drink. Don't. We're not playing that game. I think it's a dog. Jackal. Like a little fox.
So I crossed my thoughtless heart, spread my wings like a parachute.
I love a pronoun change. The implications of a pronoun change when you go from third person to first person. Also to go from, oh, don't worry about that, babe, I've been there, none of it matters, to, actually, I'm gonna spread my wings like a parachute. Actually, I've had my escape plan this entire time.
I'm the albatross. I swept in at the rescue.
Yeah, there we have it. I'm the albatross. I'm gonna have to sit with this one. There's so much going on. And of course, right after I just said how much I love different perspectives, different point of views, we have 3 new characters enter the game. Who the fuck are these people? We have Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus. Dog.
You hologram stumbled into my apartment, hands in hair of somebody in darkness, named Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus, and I just watched it happen.
Okay, so the names of the new characters don't even matter because who the fuck are they and why are they in my house?
As the decade would play us for fools, and you saw my bones out with somebody new who seemed like he would have bullied you in school, and you just watched it happen.
And you saw my bones out with somebody new who seemed like he would have bullied you in school? It's really interesting, especially if you have been with someone for a longer amount of time, to watch them move on and to also wonder how they will perceive how you've moved on. Like, you kind of can't help but be like, oh, like, that's who you're dating? Like, that's odd. And you just watched it happen. Because really, what else can you do?
If you wanna break my cold, cold heart, just say I loved you the way that you were. If you wanna tear my world apart, just say you've always wondered.
Truly, a surefire way to break your heart is the person who you tried so hard for telling you they loved you just the way you were. And if you want to tear my world apart, just say you've always wondered. Like, always wondered what? Probably always wondered how things would have gone between us if we couldn't have just made it.
You said some things that I can't unabsorb. You turned me into an idea of sorts. You needed me, but you needed drugs more, and I couldn't watch it happen.
You turned me into an idea of sorts. This is also a concept that I'm obsessed with because I know that we all experience people differently and different people bring out different sides of us. But when you start to get that little inkling, that little creeping feeling that someone doesn't really know you, you're just an idea to them.
And I changed into goddesses, villains and fools, changed plans and lovers and outfits and rules, all to outrun my desertion of you, and you just watched it.
I shapeshifted for you. You want to break my heart? Tell me you loved me the way that I was. Changed plans and lovers and outfits and rules all to outrun my desertion of you? Like you're picking up speed trying to shapeshift and morph into what will make someone just love you, and that momentum just propels you into deserting? You just watched it happen.
If the glint in my eye trace the depths of your side on that passage in time, back to the moment I crashed into you, like so many wrecks do, too impaired by my youth to know what to do.
Too impaired by my youth to know what to do? The contrast between I knew everything when I was young. Girlhood is a spectrum, and I'm all over it. Hindsight in those situations are everything, because you can give yourself that grace. You can look back and be like, I was too young to know what to do. If the glint in my eye traced the depths of your sigh, down that passage in time to the moment I crashed into you, like so many wrecks do, not a single line wasted. Like the excitement, the glint in your eye, if it could just see to the bottom of your sigh and go back to the moment where I fell for you. Oh, maybe I could have done something with that information. And this is why it's so important for it to not take a wreckage for you to realize you're an Aston Martin. Because it is so confusing and very impactful to your self-image, your self-worth, when the person that swears they love you so much is kind of just treating you like shit. Bringing in Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus, just who the fuck are these people? And so you get to this point where you're just gathering up all the context clues from when you were in the relationship to build a picture of what might be happening now that it's ended. And it turns into this urgent, masochistic itch you need to scratch that you can only scratch by fantasizing about what their life will be like after you. I have a little itch. Does anyone have a knife for me to...
So if I sell my apartment and you have some kids with an internet starlet, will that make your memory fade from this scarlet maroon? Like it never
Maroon.
happened. Could it be enough to just float in your orbit? Can we watch our phantoms like watching wild horses? Cooler in theory, but not if you force it to be. It just didn't happen.
Cooler in theory, but not if you force it to be. To look back at your phantoms, your history, like wild horses. Very cool in theory. But if you're forcing it, if you're like, look what a great run we had. Asking, could it be enough just to float in your orbit? Like, can I just still be around? Would that be enough? I don't need to be the center of your solar system anymore, but can I, like, hang out? Way cooler in theory.
So if you wanna break my cold, cold heart, say you loved me.
Just say you loved me. No matter how intricate the story really is, or how many layers to the cake there are, Taylor knows how to ice it with that frosting that everybody gets. You want to break my heart? Just say you loved me.
And if you wanna tear my world apart, say you'll always wonder. Cause I wonder.
Love ending on a confession. Love the switch up to, 'cause I wonder. And that's why it would be heartbreaking, right? If there's just two people who are always wondering, who never say anything. Okay, we're on to how did it end?
We hereby conduct this post-mortem. He was a hothouse flower to my outdoorsman. Our maladies were such we could not cure them, and so a touch
fuck does that mean? Any exotic plant from a warm region that needs to be grown in a hothouse. A greenhouse. Okay, now what's an outdoorsman? I wish people would stop texting me. The idea of someone being this gorgeous exotic flower and you have to have them, but they don't thrive in your environment. And such are our maladies. A touch that was my birthright became foreign. Something that just feels so yours, so natural, and then it's like, what? Actually, what is that? Who are you?
Come one, come all, it's happening again. The empathetic hunger descends.
That is so much for a person to be going through all at once. Like, you're already going through it. You've died. Post-mortem, you've died. You've lost your pretty flower. You're dead. And on top of that, it's like, come one, come all, it's happening again. Let me entertain you with my heartbreak. Also, empathetic hunger. People being like, oh, I just really want to know that you're okay. Like, what's happening? Can you just fill us in? You hungry. You are ravished and disguising it as caring about me. Oh, but I want to know what's happening because I want to know that she's okay. Can you just fill me in on everything about your personal life because I care about you? No, you're just hungry. You just skipped lunch. Go eat somewhere else. It's one of the weirdest parts about parasocial relationships to me is like you have convinced yourself you care so much about someone that you're entitled to information about their life, but you justify it because you're like, well, I care. They don't know you.
We'll tell no one except all of our friends. We must know. How did it end?
We'll tell no one except all of our friends. It's enough having to experience the thing, especially if you're very much still experiencing it, but to have to come up with that little script you write for how it ended, for what you tell people, sitting in the writer's room with the person that you're probably not going to talk to again for a long time, coming up with what you're going to say to everyone. We must know, right? Like, we must know how this ended. Any ideas? Like, what do we tell people? And sometimes you don't want to fucking tell people about it. If you care about someone and they are experiencing heartbreak, just hold space for them. Just tell them that your shoulder is free if they want to cry.
We were blind to unforeseen circumstances. We learned the right steps to different dances and fell victim to interlopers' glances.
Like, being with someone and feeling highly suspicious that everyone who sees them wants them, to falling victim to interlopers' glances. We learn the right steps to different dances. Sometimes you can do everything you can and you're still gonna fall victim to unforeseen circumstances. Look how I'm sitting. I'm not okay.
Lost the game of chance, what are the chances?
Lost the game of chance. What are the chances? Ah. It's like walking into a casino and being like, what? I lost money? Fuck. I'm obsessed with the doomed nature of all of this. Like, fuck it. Do I really have a choice? I guess I'm playing the game of chance. Oh, would you look at that? I lost.
Soon they'll go home to their husbands, smug cause they know they can trust him, then feverishly calling their cousins.
Soon they'll go home to their husbands, smug cause they know they can trust him. Smug because they can trust their husbands and you can't trust yours. Feverishly calling their cousins, probably to be like, ha, just fucked someone's husband. What the fuck?
Guess who we ran into at the shops, walking in circles like she was lost. Didn't you hear? They called it all off. One gasp, and then how did it end?
This mimicking, too, of empathetic hunger is so accurate. The feigned innocence of being like, oh, guess who I ran into at the shops? Walking around like she was lost. Oh, didn't you hear? They called it off. And then just, oh, the poor thing, oh, I hope she's okay. But how did it end, though? Tell me how it ended, though. Fuck off.
Say it once again with feeling how the death rattle breathing silenced as the soul was leaving. The deflation of our dreaming.
Unfortunately, I don't have to Google what death rattle means, but painting that picture of going fully silent, losing your last breath of hope, watching your plans and hopes and dreams deflate,
leaving me bereft and reeling, my beloved ghost and me, sitting in a tree, D-Y-I-N-G.
my beloved ghost and me sitting in a tree, D-Y-I-N-G, just hanging out with the ghost of you, dying.
It's happening again. How did it end? I can't pretend like I understand.
And this is what I mean. Stop asking people what happened when they don't fucking know. Give her a fucking second. Okay, so high school.
I feel so high school every time I look at you.
Please just be happy. I want one full of hope.
I wanna find you in a crowd just to hide from you. And
I want to find you in a crowd just to hide from you. That is so high school. I just want to be aware of where you are so that I can look at you and not interact with you even slightly.
in the blink of a crinkling eye, I'm sinking your fingers entwined, cheeks pink in the twinkling lights. Tell me about the first time you saw me. I'll drink.
Oh, that's my favorite thing to do. Oh my God, that's my favorite thing to do. Every person that has ever been in a romantic relationship with me, actually, my friends aren't exempt from this. How do you perceive me? How did you perceive me when we first met? What moment exactly did you fall for me? What was it? Give it to me. Tell me. You get a lot of mileage out of the early day reminiscing when you're still pretty much in the honeymoon phase, but it's like, tell me more. Oh my God.
Tell me about the first time you saw me. I'll drink what you're thinking and hide from smoking your jokes all the night. The brink of a wrinkle in time. Bittersweet 16 suddenly.
I'll drink what you think? Is that just like whatever you're having, just get me a drink? Or is it like, I'm gonna drink up your thoughts? I have no thoughts.
Watching American Pie with you on a Saturday night. Your friends aren't around, so be quiet. I'm trying to stifle my sighs.
Not American Pie. Oh, you're so at a boy's house. He so has posters of Megan Fox on his wall. I have to cry, why? This is steamy. I try to stifle my sighs.
Are you gonna marry, kiss, or kill me? It's just a game, but really, I'm betting on all three for us to get my.
Are you gonna marry, kiss, or kill me? Kill me. It's just a game, but really, really. I'm betting on all three for us two? You're gonna marry, kiss, and kill me? Oh, that is so high school in the best way.
My car isn't that sweet. You pull me to the backseat. No one's ever had me, not like you.
That's so hot. Get my door isn't that sweet. Then pull me to the back seat. Isn't that sweet? Pull me to the back seat.
Truth, dare, spin, bottles. You know how to ball. I know Aristotle. Brand new, full throttle. Teach me what your bros play. Grandpa's daughter. It's true.
This is gonna be giving some people serious flashbacks and not in a good way. Touch me while your bros play Grand Theft Auto? Also, you know how to bowl, I know Aristotle is so funny. Jock boyfriend, library girlfriend combo.
It's true. Swear, scouts, honor. You know what you wanted, and boy, you got it. Brand new, full throttle. You already know, babe. I feel like laughing in the middle of practice. Do that impression you did of your dad again. I'm hearing voices like a
perfect picture. Just, you're supposed to be doing something else, but you're just seeing them do stuff in your head. You're hearing things that maybe they've never even said before. Like a madman. That's fucking amazing. I love it here. And on that note, this is I Hate It Here.
Quick, quick, tell me something awful, like you are a poet, trapped inside the body of a finance guy. Tell me all your secrets, all you'll ever be is my eternal consolation prize.
Quick, quick, tell me something awful. Tell me how you're scared of being my eternal consolation prize.
You see, I was a debutante in another life, but now I seem to be scared to go outside. If comfort is a construct, I don't believe in good luck, now that I know what's what.
If comfort is a construct, you know when everything is just scary, but your brain is doing that thing to make it feel better, so it's like, I'm gonna find the scary so that we can feel in control and, you know, ready for it. Like, quick, quick, tell me something awful. Also, I'm scared to go outside.
I hate it here, so I will go to secret gardens in my mind. People need a key to get to, the only one is mine. I read about it in a book when I was a precocious child. No mid-sized city hopes and small town fears. I'm there most of the year 'cause I hate it here.
When everything is scary, so you just have to make up a mind palace that only you have the key to. I read about it in a book when I was a precocious child. No mid-sized city hopes and small town fears. Like, physically, you're living in the world that you dreamed up for yourself as a child. And turns out, you hate it here, because it's never how you dreamed up.
My friends used to play a game where we would pick a decade we wish we could live in instead of this. I'd say the 1830s.
Why?
Without all the racists and getting married off for the highest bid.
Why are you choosing it then? I want to live now. I really like that I can turn on my lights with my voice.
Everyone would look down, 'cause it wasn't fun now. Seems like it was never even fun back then. Nostalgia is a mind's trick. If I'd been there, I'd hate it. It was freezing in the palace.
I was so that kid. I was so that kid that would take the game and think too hard about it and make it a little too real. And everyone would look down. Well, because you just made it sad now, bitch. I fucking love nostalgia is a mind's trick. If I'd been there, I'd hate it. It's so true.
I hate it here, so I will go to lunar valleys in my mind. When they found a better planet, only the gentle survived. I dream.
When they found a better planet, only the gentle survived. I think about this all the time.
I dreamed about it in the dark the night I felt like I might die.
I dreamed about it in the dark the night I felt like I might die. Like, your refuge is imaginary?
I'm lonely, but I'm good. I'm bitter, but I swear I'm fine. I'll save all my romanticism for my inner life, and I'll get lost on purpose. This place made me feel worthless.
All of this swearing that you're fine when you're not, like even when you're really bad, just still trying to be good for everyone else. And what's super fun is eventually you just lose sight of who you're trying to convince. If I dare declare myself, I was a precocious child, and I remember having just vivid, safe places to go to, just wild imaginings. And when you're a kid, you think that it's feasible, just super far away, off in a big sized town in the future. And that moment where it hits you, when you make the decision to just keep your romanticism and your dreaming to yourself, because it's not matching up.
Lucid dreams like electricity. The current flies through me, and in my fantasies I rise above it. And way up there, I actually love it.
I'm delusional and I like it here. I'm deluded and I enjoy it. Alternate name.
Quick, tell me something awful, like you are a poet, trapped inside the body of a finance guy.
We started somewhere and I've ended up somewhere else. For her to wrap it up with that same line that she opened with, quick, tell me something awful, like you're a poet stuck in the body of a finance guy. I have to make up universes that don't exist just to be okay. We're not the same. Okay, next. Okay, we have thank you, Aimee.
When I picture my hometown, there's a bronze spray tan statue of you, and a plaque underneath it that threatens to push me down the stairs at our school, and it was
I'm gonna keep listening.
And it was always the same searing pain. But I dreamed that one day I could say, all that time you were throwing punches, I was building something. And I can't forgive the way you made me feel. Screamed fuck you, Aimee, to the night sky as the blood was gushing. But I can't forget the way you made me heal.
Mean, but we're name dropping. Fuck you, Aimee. That's amazing. I love this so much because I don't live in my hometown anymore, and anytime I go back, it's hard to not feel like a teenager. If I run into an old teacher of mine at the mall, I turn bright red and I become a 16-year-old inside. And there are absolutely people that I would do anything to avoid running into in my hometown. But it's so funny that no matter how far away you move, in your brain, in your hometown, there is a statue of the girl that bullied you. Doesn't matter how old you get, she's still threatening to push you down the stairs. But I love not forgetting that someone made you feel bad, but also being like, I also can't forget the way you made me heal. Fuck you, Aimee, but also, I was building something. I love that line.
And it wasn't a fair fight or a clean kill each time that Aimee stomped across my grave. And then she wrote headlines in the local paper, laughing at each baby step I take.
And then she wrote headlines in the local paper, laughing at each baby step I'd take. Also, the significance of local paper. Like, girl, you're never moving out of this hometown. Stay talking to the local paper. Being a hater is so fucking weird. Being a hater, you're a fucking weirdo. And it makes me so sad because sometimes really all it takes is one person laughing at you from the sidelines for you to stop doing whatever you're doing. And trying to do things in general is difficult. You're never gonna be amazing at something the first time you do it. Those are baby steps. That's how you get better at the thing. Shut the fuck up, Aimee. Stop, I just noticed the Spotify art for this. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That is so cute.
All that time you were throwing punches, I was building something. And I couldn't wait to show you it was real. Scream fuck you, Aimee, to the night sky as the blood was gushing. But I can't forget the way you made me heal. Everyone knows that my mother is a saintly woman. But she used to say she wished that she were dead. I pushed each boulder up the hill.
My mom used to say she wished you were dead. That's so mama bear when someone hurts your kid and it's like, I wanna rip him up.
I pushed each boulder up the hill. Your words are still just ringing in my head, ringing in my head.
That's what I mean. It's hard enough pushing the boulder up the hill. Shut the fuck up, Aimee.
I wrote 1,000 songs that you find uncool. I built a legacy that you can't undo. But when I count the scars, there's a moment of truth that there wouldn't be this if there hadn't been you.
I think it's really important to make yourself take that step back to appreciate your own accomplishments. Because that's hard to do. You can really ride through life and be like, I've done nothing and I suck. But you're doing a lot. And I just think it's so cool to acknowledge when the pain was part of it. Fuck you, Aimee.
And maybe you've reframed it, and in your mind you never beat my spirit black and blue. I don't think you've changed much, and so I changed your name and any real defining clues. And one day your kid comes home singing a song that only us two is gonna know is about you. 'Cause
I'm also gonna be honest, I think about stuff like this all the time. I get a little fixated on imagining how someone looks back at whatever happened between us. And maybe you've reframed it. Maybe you tell yourself certain stories to feel better about yourself and to cope with when your kid comes home from school singing Taylor Swift songs. It's amazing.
Thank you, Aimee. Thank you, Aimee.
Thank you from me, Aimee. Wow. Okay, I look in people's windows. Me too.
I had died the tiniest death. I spied the catch in your breath. Out, 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 out. Northbound, I got carried away as you boarded your train. South, 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 south.
Ooh, that's a moment. I had died the tiniest death. I spied the catch in your breath. You're like, ooh, I caught that. Fuck. Northbound, I got carried away as you boarded your train. South, 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 south. I like thinking about northbound like we're heading up. We're on the up. We're going big. We're dreaming. Oh, where'd you get that ticket south from?
A feather taken by the wind, blowing. I'm afflicted by the not knowing. So
A feather taken by the wind blowing, like we were just that light. The gust can take us away. And I love this. I'm afflicted by the not knowing. Me.
I look in people's windows, transfixed by rose golden glows. They have their friends over to drink nice wine. I look in people's windows in case you're at their table. What if your eyes looked up and met mine one more time?
I'm gonna actually have to unpack this one with a brain that's had more than 4 hours of sleep. But I initially heard I look in people's windows as, because clearly we have an observant person who fucking notices every little exhale on our hands. I kind of heard it more like I watch people. I look in people's windows, I look into their eyes, and I decipher what they're thinking.
You had stopped and tilted your head. I still ponder what it meant. Now, 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 now. I tried searching faces on streets. What are the chances you'd be down, 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 down?
I love the echoing because wow, what a way to make it even more haunting. Because there's nothing more haunting than losing someone and they're just your beloved ghost and you never know where they'll pop up. What are the chances you're gonna be downtown today? I'm just gonna look in the window and check.
I'm addicted to the if only, so I look in people's windows like I'm some deranged weirdo. I attend Christmas parties from outside. I look in people's windows in case you're at their table. What if your eyes looked up and met mine one more time?
I'm addicted to the if only. Clearly, the wondering if, just what if we locked eyes one more time? As someone who looks in people's windows, like my way, where I'm just watching them and deciphering things, I'm always really hoping people don't notice. Like, I don't want to scare people when I bring something up that you told me that you didn't think I would remember, and then you're like, oh, you remember that? I'm like, bitch, I'm cursed. I remember everything. The prophecy.
Hand on the throttle, thought I caught lightning in a bottle. Oh, but it's gone again. And it was written, I got cursed like Eve got bitten. Oh.
I got cursed like Eve got bitten. You are getting my unfiltered stream of consciousness right now, so I don't know if I make any sense. There's so much to that, because Eve bit the apple and then we know how that went. And that's how you got cursed?
Oh, was it punishment? Pat around when I get home. I guess a lesser woman would have lost hope. A greater woman wouldn't beg. But I looked to the sky and said, please.
I guess a lesser woman would have lost hope. A greater woman wouldn't beg.
Please, I've been on my knees. Change the prophecy. Don't want money, just someone who wants my company. Let it once be me. Who do I have to speak to about if they can redo the prophecy?
I have way too much to say about this. Pack it up, let's condense it. I've definitely experienced that state of mind where you just think you're doomed. You must have angered some god and earned some curse, and there's a prophecy with your name on it that says no one's ever gonna love you for you. No one's ever gonna get you. Sorry, no backsies. It's the prophecy. You can't barter with the fates. The idea of just praying, begging on your knees for someone who just wants your company.
Cards on the table, mind play out like fools in a fable. Oh, it was sinking in, oh. Slow is the quicksand, poison blood from the wound of the pricked hand. Oh, still I dream of him, and I sound like an infant, feeling like the very last drops of an ink pen. A greater woman stays cool, but I howl like a wolf at the moon. Unstable, gathered with a coven round a sorceress table. A greater woman has faith, but even statues crumble if they're made to wait. I'm so afraid I sealed my fate. No sign of soulmates. I'm just a paperweight in shades of grayish. Spending my last coin so someone will tell me it'll be okay.
And I sound like an infant. I feel like a child just asking to be loved. And also this obsession with what being the greater woman means. This idea that you could have done something differently, or you could have been more, or you should be this way and everything will just go okay. Gathered with a coven round a sorceress table, like just getting all the girlies together and being like, what do we do here? I've pretty much lied to you about how this is going. I need help. No signs of soulmates. I'm just a paperweight in shades of greige. First off, love greige. No signs of soulmates because you're just a paperweight. You're the placeholder. You're just there ornamentally in the meantime.
Who do I have to speak to about if they can redo the prophecy?
Okay, new character unlocked. We have Cassandra.
I was in my new house placing daydreams, patching up the crack along the wall. I pass it and lose track of what I'm saying, 'cause that's where I was when I got the call.
I know I should just be patient and wait to see where the song is going, but this is what my brain is saying right now. I was in my new house placing daydreams, patching up the crack along the wall. Like, you're just hanging up your delusions, hanging up your hopes, and just painting over the cracks. And I pass it and lose track of what I'm saying. Like, that was a thing I should have been paying attention to. I should have been noting that, but I lost track of what I was saying. Passed it.
When the first stone's thrown, they're screaming. In the streets, there's a raging riot.
I'm restless.
When it's burn the bitch, they're shrieking.
just gonna keep listening.
So they killed Cassandra first cause she feared the worst and tried.
Why did I not see where this was going? I'm an idiot. I am a Greek mythology girly. How did I not see this coming? It's because I'm not Cassandra. Give me the smart Swiftie hat. Okay, so basically Cassandra was cursed by the god Apollo, if I'm not mistaken, to basically be able to know everything that's gonna happen ever in every circumstance, but no one believes her. That is her curse. She knows, but no one will ever believe her. I sat up on my haunches. When the first stone's thrown, they're screaming. There's a riot, there's a rave. But when the truth comes out, you're quiet. When the truth comes out, I'm Cassandra. So they killed Cassandra first because she feared the worst.
So they killed Cassandra first cause she feared the worst and tried to tell the town.
I read a lot of retellings, so I might get some things muddled, but I'm pretty sure they just killed Cassandra because they were like, what are you rambling about? Can we shut her up? This is crazy.
So they filled my soul with snakes, I regret to say. Do you believe me now?
Okay, obviously the elephant in the room, the snake in the room, is what we kind of all know this is alluding to. But I find that a lot less interesting than diving down the Cassandra hole.
I was in my tower weaving nightmares, twisting all my smiles into snarls. They say what doesn't kill you makes you aware. What happens if it becomes who you are?
They say what doesn't kill you makes you aware. What happens if it becomes who you are? Like, some people said some stuff about you. Some people believed it. That doesn't kill you. Whatever. It became who I was, though. What about that it became who I was? Or even, what if it becomes who you are? Like, what if going through this changes me? What if I come out on the other side of this a different person?
So they set my life in flames, I regret to say. Do you believe me now? They knew the whole time that I was onto something. The family, the pure greed, the Christian chorus line, they all said nothing. Blood's there.
The calling out of all the people that were very, very loud, who shut up very, very fast as soon as it wasn't as interesting or fun or entertaining. The Christian chorus line, they all said nothing. I can't sit still.
Blood's thick, but nothing like a payroll. That thing never spared a prayer for my soul. You can mark my words that I said it first in a morning warning. No one heard.
Blood's thick, but nothing like a payroll. Bet they never spared a prayer for my soul. You can mark my words that I said it first in a morning warning no one heard. Also, a morning warning. Like, I woke up early to warn you guys.
Not a single word was heard. When the first stone's thrown, they're screaming. In the streets, there's a raging riot. When it's burned, the bitch.
Thoroughly obsessed with Cassandra. Fuck me. Okay, we're on to Peter, and I'm really hoping it's a Peter Pan reference.
Forgive me, Peter, my lost fearless leader. In closets like cedar, preserved from when we were just kids. Is it something I did?
This better not be about growing up and someone outgrowing you.
The goddess of timing once found us beguiling. She said she was trying. Peter, was she lying? My ribs get the feeling she did.
The goddess of timing once found us beguiling. She said she was trying. How beautiful.
And I didn't wanna calm down. goodbye for now. You said you were gonna grow up, then you were gonna come find me. Said you were gonna grow up, then you were gonna come find me. Said you were gonna grow up, then you were gonna come find me. Words from the mouths of babes, promises, oceans deep, but never to keep.
Okay, so I was on the money. That's horrible.
Are you still a mind reader, a natural scene stealer? I've heard great things, Peter, but life was always easier on you.
Are you still a mind reader, a natural scene stealer? But life was always easier on you. You can afford to steal a scene or two.
And sometimes it gets me when crossing your jet stream. We both did the best we could do underneath the same moon in different galaxies.
Sometimes it gets me when crossing your jet stream. We both did the best we could do underneath the same moon in different galaxies. Different galaxies. Bro.
And I didn't wanna hang around. We said it was just goodbye for now. You said you were gonna grow up, then you were gonna come find me. Said you were gonna grow up, then you were gonna come find me. Said you were gonna grow.
We said it was just goodbye for now? That is so sad. Also, speaking to someone who you thought you would see again after you've realized that you probably won't.
And I won't confess that I waited, but I let the lamp burn as the men masqueraded. I hoped you'd return with your feet on the ground. Tell me all that you've learned, 'cause love's never lost when perspective is earned. And you said you'd come and get me, but you were 25.
Stop. I hope you'd return with your feet on the ground. Tell me all that you've learned, 'cause love's never lost when perspective is earned. If you come back with new perspective, we can save the love.
The shelf life of those fantasies is expired. Lost to the lost boys chapter of your life. Forgive me, Peter. Please know that I tried to hold on to the days when you were mine.
That's also so sad, apologizing for your part in the falling apart of everything. Like, I'm sorry, I promise I tried to hold on. But you didn't hold up your end of it.
Hold on to the days when you were mine. But the woman who sits by the window has turned out the light.
That probably baffled Peter. He probably thought she was nailed to that windowsill. This is beautiful. Much to unpack on more sleep. What the fuck is this? I thought it said the biter. We have the bolter.
By all accounts, she almost drowned when she was 6 in frigid water. And I can confirm she made a curious child, ever reviled by everyone except her own father. With a quite bewitching face, splendidly selfish, charmingly helpless, excellent fun till you get to know her. Then she runs like it's a race. Behind her back, her best mates laughed, and they nicknamed her the Bolter.
Woo! Splendidly selfish, charmingly helpless, excellent fun till you get to know her. That is a whole ass portrait to paint of someone. Ooh, this is amazing.
Started with a kiss, oh we must stop beating like this, but it always ends up with a town car speeding out the drive one evening. Ended with the slam of a door, then he'll call her a whore. Wish he wouldn't be sore, but as she was leaving, it felt like breathing.
Not whore. And it, but as she was leaving, it felt like breathing. Again, just giving you my stream of consciousness, but you're kind of aware when someone is a bolter. You're kind of aware when someone's a flight risk, and when they leave and you've just been anticipating it the entire time, and you get to finally be like, oh, it's no longer impending.
All her fucking lives flashed before her eyes. It feels like the time she fell through the ice, then came out alive.
Okay, so the near-death experience is important because it's like, she's a bolter. She escaped that thing, and so her path was paved. She'll be escaping things. I love all her fucking lives flash before her eyes.
He was a cat, wanted her bad, just like any good trophy hunter. And she likes the way he tastes, taming a bear, making him care, watching him jump and pulling him under. And at first blush, this is fate, when it's all roses, portrait poses, Central Park Lake and tiny rowboats. What a charming Saturday, that's when she sees the littlest leaks down on the floorboards, and she just knows she must bolt.
I love the bolter. The littlest creaks? I'm jumping ship.
She's been many places with men of many faces. First they're off to the races, and she's laughing, drawing aces, but none of it is changing. That the chariot is waiting, hearts are hers for the breaking. There's escape and escaping.
Also, wanted her bad just like any good trophy hunter. That must feel like quite an accomplishment, thinking you've locked the bolter down. She's inspecting creeks. First they're off to the races and she's laughing, drawing aces, cause she knows what's up. She's like, I'll leave. Hearts are hers for the breaking, there's escape in escaping.
And then with the slam of the door, when she's got the best stories, you can be sure that as she was leaving, it felt like freedom.
I'm just hearing the other side of that. As she was leaving, it felt like freedom or breathing, like she felt that way. There's so much fucking going on.
All her fucking lives flashed before her eyes.
Okay, I loved that. Okay, next up, Robin. Maybe a new character.
Long may you reign, you're an animal. You are bloodthirsty. Out window panes, talking utter nonsense. You have no idea. Strings tied to levers, slowed down clocks, tethered. All this showmanship to keep it for you in sweetness. Way to go, tiger. Higher and higher. Wilder and lighter for you.
It's giving being with someone who just feels entitled to the worship. Long may you reign. Little do you know about all the fucking strings and levers and clocks going on in the background to sustain this. That's me.
Long may you roar at your dinosaurs. You're a just ruler, caught in mud. You look ridiculous, and you have no
I love that you have no idea of it all.
You got the dragonflies above your bed. You have a favorite spot on the swing set. You have no room in your dreams for regrets. No idea the time will arrive for the cruel and the mean. You learn to bounce back just like your trampoline, but now we'll curtail your curiosity and sweetness.
This one's gonna take more unpacking for me because I do think there's more going on here than what my brain can compute right now. And finally, we have the manuscript.
Now and then she rereads the manuscript of the entire torrid affair. They compared their licenses. He said, I'm not a donor, but I'd give you my heart if you needed it. She rolled her eyes and said, you're a professional. He said, no, just a good Samaritan. He said that if the sex was half as good as the conversation was, soon they'd be pushing strollers. But soon it was over.
Y'all be doing this too? I love a good manuscript. I be going over every fucking thing said. He said if the sex was half as good as the conversation was, soon they'd be pushing strollers. And it's funny how looking back at the manuscript can make you go, oh, why'd they write that?
In the age of him, she wished she was 30 and made coffee every morning in a French press. Afterwards, she only ate kids' cereal and couldn't sleep unless it was in her mother's bed.
In the age of him, also that's just very clever, but in the age of him, she wished she was 30. You said if we had been closer in age, maybe it would have been fine, and that made me want to die. Oh my God. Just the idea of playing house with someone, that yearning for just time to speed up so we can get there, so we can be doing the strollers and the French press. But the reality is kids cereal. And you're gonna have to sleep in your mom's bed because your heart's all busted.
Then she dated boys who were her own age, with dartboards on the backs of their doors. She thought about how he said since she was so wise beyond her years, everything had been above board.
I have a lot to say about this. I have experience with it, but I don't think now is the time and place to get into all of that. But wow, do older men know how to make you feel like it's okay that they are dating you when you're too young for them. The whole, you're so mature for your age, you're wise beyond your years. They're just making themselves feel better because they know that they shouldn't be dating you. It's fucked up. And then to stand your ground and insist that it all felt above board because she was so wise. Move them underground, move them underground. And she wasn't sure? Of course she wasn't sure. Because we've been raised on nonsense. If you were raised as a girl, you've been raised on nonsense. You've been raised to believe that Prince Charming will just come along and say all the right things and do all the right things, and that people will probably hate it and boo and be against you, but it's just because he's the one. Fuck off. I just really don't think that it's fair or okay or appropriate to have to learn those formative relationship lessons on such uneven ground, where there's such an imbalance of power. Like, just take the dartboards. It's gonna be a shitty time anyway, but
And the years passed like scenes of a show. The professor said to write what you know, looking backwards might be the only way to move forward. Then the actors were hitting their marks, and the slow dance
all too well.
was alive with the sparks, and the tears fell in synchronicity with the score. souvenir from my trip to your shores. Now and then I reread the manuscript, but the story isn't mine anymore.
Of course, the last track is the one that got me so fired up. But the story isn't mine anymore. Because that's the other thing too, is that these old men that will date young girls will feel bad about it and fucking know that they did something wrong and go tell a version of the story to people to the point where it just doesn't even belong to you anymore. You know what? I'm gonna make a cup of tea. Yeah. Well, unless she has anything else up her sleeve for us, again, that was the Tortured Poets department. All of it. I'm honestly so happy. I cannot wait to listen again. I love Taylor Swift's music. I feel well fed. But really, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to the people who initially encouraged me to do my first ever reaction video, because being able to do this and share it with you every time is so special for me. Okay, I'm gonna go digest and put it on loop. Bye.